This week we are back in Chile. That's right, we had to say goodbye to Argentina, unfortunately, because we could no longer put off Ruby's engine problems. We've spent the past week with Louis and Karine of Fearless and Four Wheels and had a great time, but we are back on our street parking spot and Willow is about to take out the spark plugs and do a compression test to see what the future holds for us and Ruby. If she can open the back.
It's a bit sticky.
I'm a bit sticky, baby.
Very hot.
What are you thinking? Give me a number, compression wise.
I think it's going to be something really inconclusive, like 130. And then I don't know what I'm going to do. Because it's pretty low, but it's not like, oh my god, panic low. So I don't know. I've been putting this off for like 3 days. I just go back to living in denial.
First telltale sign will be spark plug, right?
Yeah, well, that's got to come out, obviously. If I could get it out. Really got them HT leads on.
It used to be so loose.
They're not loose now. Ugh, Jesus. Ooh.
Oily.
Check it out. That is not a happy spark plug.
Rusty as well.
It's not rusty, it's where it's burning. Like that shit, look, that shouldn't be on there.
Oh.
So cylinder 2 is not okay. Oh, I pulled out my thingy. That's rude.
Cylinder 4.
A little bit, but if you look at the 2 plugs, you can see.
And you've scraped some shit off.
Yeah, this had a huge blob. You can see all the oil coming down here.
Yay.
This one just looks a bit, I don't know, maybe a bit more like soot than oil. That was definitely oil, you can see that. Same. Like sooty. I would say sooty. I think it's kind of hard to say if it's greasy or not. Sooty plug.
That's number
3. Only one I would say is
oily.
clearly oily, and that's number 2. But yeah, until we get a reading off it, we don't really know.
Moment of truth.
You know what you're doing.
They turn a key.
And
They leave it to turn 4 times.
and
It's out of gear.
and
Foot on brake.
foot on the accelerator.
Foot on accelerator.
Yeah, flat on the floor. It's obviously not going to start. You just need to give it. We need to make sure it has as much air as possible. Okay. Right, let's go look at this. Cylinder 1. Ready when you are. Whoa. Nope. Let's try that again. Again. That was only 3. Why is it falling?
Right, first reading.
Is this 130? Isn't that exactly what I said? 130 psi. This is the cylinder that's got the oil leak.
Okay. I'm going to test the other ones
We're
then.
going to test all of them. Alright. This is number 4. And we have got 140. 140 psi. What does that mean?
It's better than the other one.
Can't argue with you.
It's still not great. We had it at 180 at one point.
That was a freshly built engine, yeah, but we did have 180.
But
that's not terrible.
it's drivable.
Yeah, we know it's drivable, but
And we know there's more of a problem in the cylinder next to it.
take this.
Cylinder 1
Well, you wouldn't think higher pressure's bad news, would you? But it kind of is.
means that they're all in
They're
different...
very... So we've gone from, what, 130 to 155 on this cylinder.
And this
Final
one?
cylinder number 3, we have 165.
Getting better.
Well, it means that kind of... The left bank is in a much better state than the right bank.
Which is indicative of what we've been seeing with the smoke only coming on the right hand side.
It looks to me like there's only oil leaking. I mean, you wouldn't really see a piston ring problem. Like, the fact that it's all oily on the spark plugs is more likely the valves leaking down. But it's only oily on that. The others are sooty and it doesn't look like it's running very well. We've got a lot of oil on number 2 and the lowest compression as well. So maybe it's taken out the rings as well. I'm like, I mean, it's not gone, but it's low. And then this one, a lovely 165, which is great.
¿Ustedes son de Brasil?
Pardon?
¿Ustedes son de Brasil?
No,
Inglaterra.
Ah, ya, pensé que habíamos conocido hace un tiempo en Bariloche, en Argentina.
So you retested the first one, which was the lowest one, and now it's
140.
140, so we're going to test it one more
Let's
time.
do it again.
Good morning. Now, whilst we are kind of procrastinating on the engine repairs, Willow is keeping herself busy with other projects. What are you up to?
Morning.
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 Morning. Now, I cannot tell you guys just how excited we both are to get this baby fully installed and use it for the first time. The amount of times we camp in the wild and there's just no shade and we need to be in the sun for solar and we just get roasted. So this is going to be an absolute game changer for us. How are you going to celebrate your first day in the wild with your awning?
We're not getting burnt. Sitting under it and cool breeze.
Cold gin and tonic?
Yeah, something like that.
As you can see, we have some fairly swanky new chairs. Now, we always planned on buying one because one of ours was falling apart and one of them broke. But some gift came the other day and took our fairly new one. So then we had to buy a second one, which was a bit of a pain. They also stole our axle stand that we'd left under the wheel of Ruby. Absolute cunt, man. Now, we don't normally suffer with petty thefts and things like that, and maybe we were to blame for leaving the axle stand out, but the guy's like just gone and helped himself to our stuff. Not what we want. What would you like to say to the guy who's comfortably sitting in your chair right now?
I hope the axle stand collapses on you if you try and use it.
As you can see, Willow's butt is hanging out of the engine bay, which means more examinations are going on the engine today. What are you checking?
Trying to check the injectors.
Fuel injectors. She's testing to make sure that they are atomizing correctly. Otherwise, from what I've been told anyway, the fuel can drop in droplets, which means it doesn't burn, and then it gets pushed into the chamber, and it can like wipe away the oil, which causes then problems. And we obviously know the compression's not great, but it's not terrible. We know we're getting through fuel. What we really need to figure out is why it's done this in the first place. So yeah, hopefully we get some good news on the injectors, and it is just we sucked a lot of dirt in Bolivia.
Reasons for problems?
Me?
Not you. So have a look at this. Can you see this injector here?
Yeah.
Show everybody else too. Here's an injector. Looking okay-ish, yeah?
Yeah.
Now look at the back.
Ooh, is that all that crap and shit?
And do you see the O-ring behind it?
Yeah.
On the floor? You see how much shit has gone down inside it?
Fuck me, man.
Not good. New seals.
I wonder why there's so much shit in the engine.
This is Diez de Julio, and this is the car district in a big city, and it is huge. So I've come here today to try and find a whole bunch of things, including injector seals, stem seals, etc. See, this is why you come to a big city, because behind me over there is the injector house. They just sold me all my new injector seals after trying a lot of other places that don't sell the genuine ones, have at least got something, because ours totally disintegrated. So next we get to go to the Subaru shops, which is a rare treat. And if you can't find it here, you really can't find it in this country, most likely. So I've been successful already. I have genuine spark plugs for our engine. So this is how it works in Latin America. You walk down the shop till you find your logo, and then you can try various different shops what you want, and there's all specialist shops selling everything you might need. You've got specialists for electrics, shock absorbers, more Subaru. You've got second-hand shops. You've got everything. So you just have to go for a bit of a wander. So my wandering has paid off. I have genuine valve stem seals. I have the proper spark plugs. I have the nut that fell off the back of the shock absorbers and broke them. And I have new injector seals. And I have a socket to check the PCV valve, in the vague hope that all of this is just a blocked PCV valve. So now I have to go and cycle 10 kilometres back to Ruby. So I think it's time to grab a bottle of water.
So we've just been to the shop and bought some injector cleaner, which we're going to add to our fuel. This is based on Willow speaking to her former manager and debating it. We thought they look a little bit dirty, the jets, so we're going to put it in. Maybe it's the cause. I'm trying to find the key to take the filler cap out. So here goes nothing, guys. Keep those fingers crossed for us. It's the thing though, there's so many problems it could be. You just got to try and tackle them all and see if you get a bit of improvement. Kind of ready to go to the garage now. This street's super hot and there's not much shade, and the shade that there is can't really use because we need the solar to keep the fridge running. But at least the cats are still happy, right? Hey. You're having a good time here, aren't you? It is Sunday, the 3rd of March, to give you guys some context. We're hoping this is our final day in Santiago. We got some jobs we need to get done so we can hit the road and drive north of here to the workshop. First job we're starting with is our steering coupler, which has been slowly ripping apart. Not what you want on mountain roads. Got a high quality replacement, right?
I think it's terrible. I think it's really, really, really bad.
Get some new, another one in England.
Well, I don't like how these just like, they're not, well, they're in there, but like there's no reinforcement. It's just a piece of rubber. Like our current one is broken and it's got Kevlar in it. What was a piece of rubber gonna do? Pretty sure the original had metal wiring running through it, linking up these eyelets as well. So I think this is a 3-month kind of coupler.
So whilst parts are readily available sometimes,
Oh, you always have this problem.
they're not high quality.
You hear that about the countries refusing to let people import Brazilian buses because they said the quality of them is too poor. They won't let you bring them in. They'll only let you bring in the German ones. Because all of it's crap. See the old one?
If you watched our video about driving out of the Laguna on that bendy road and we mentioned our steering was breaking, that's what we were driving at. So every time you tried to steer too much, it would snap and start spinning out.
Aww. So this one is from Costa Rica. This is how far it got us. Well, that's one less problem. Oh, good bean.
Come on.
Come on, Squidge.
Guys, if you made it to the end, thank you very much for watching. Now, we obviously have a lot of work to be getting on with, but in the meantime, if you want to see how this engine started out with us, why not check out this playlist here of when we blew up our engine in Panama and had to replace it. And we'll catch you next time.